For years, the MGE community in Team Fortress 2 has been filled with familiar names. Top players knew each other, snipers recognized each other's aim, and if someone truly insane appeared out of nowhere, people noticed. That's exactly what happened with Alex. Almost nobody knew who he was. No history, no reputation, no known teams, nothing. And yet, within a surprisingly short amount of time, Alex started climbing MGE ELO faster than almost anyone had seen before. He was beating experienced players consistently, winning fights against respected snipers, and pulling off shots that immediately made people question what they were watching. At first, most players assumed he was just an alt account, maybe a hidden Premiership player, maybe someone returning to the game after years. But then the clips started spreading. Suspiciously fast reflex, and the more people watched his demos frame by frame, the stranger it started to look. Some players ignored it. Others became convinced something was wrong. But things really escalated when respected players in the community started speaking up, including Wizat, one of the most recognized sniper players around. According to several players, certain moments in Alex's gameplay looked less like raw skill and more like assisted aim. Tiny snaps, unnaturally consistent reactions, crosshair corrections that seemed almost robotic. None of it was enough to prove anything on its own. But together, it created one of the most controversial discussions the MGE community had seen in a long time. Because the biggest question wasn't just how good Alex was, it was how someone completely unknown could suddenly appear and dominate experienced players almost overnight. What aroused suspicion? 1. An almost completely unknown player suddenly gained over 2,600 ELO on Sniper in a very short period of time, defeating top-level players such as LMA0, Wizat, Gobful, and Idotesto. Beating players of that caliber consistently is extremely difficult, especially for someone with no established reputation in the community. 2. Despite reaching such a high level mechanically, Alex never showed any real interest in competitive TF2 and avoided playing in organized formats, which many players found unusual considering his apparent skill level. 3. His account itself also raised suspicion. It had a relatively low amount of hours, very little known history, and he repeatedly refused to share or confirm any previous accounts when asked by other players. After losing to Alex multiple times, Wizat couldn't accept that Alex was simply skilled enough to consistently beat top players. He started accusing Alex of cheating, but Alex strongly denied the allegations. Confident in his legitimacy, Alex pointed to his impressive Kovake's scores as proof of his skill. Eventually, Wizat challenged Alex to play MGE while recording demos as evidence, so everyone could see Alex's POV for themselves. That's where the whole situation came to an end. Wizat then asked one of the most well-known cheat investigators for help, and a report was eventually posted on the Vorabe Hacker Police Discord server. They used specialized programs that detected double plus attack inputs, something considered impossible to perform consistently by a human or with a normal mouse, unless it was malfunctioning. Later, Alex tried to claim that he had the same mouse issue as Wizat, saying his mouse also produced double plus attack inputs. However, that was a lie. I want to clarify a few things that have clearly been misunderstood and taken out of context in this thread. First and foremost, the double plus attack 107 input is not caused by the trigger bot itself. The trigger bot is responsible for one of the plus attack 107 inputs, while the other is triggered by human input, as the cheater, Alex, is attempting to shoot simultaneously with his trigger bot to avoid potential trigger bot failures. Instances where the trigger bot does not recognize the head hitbox and therefore does not fire. So when Alex's trigger bot activates and he clicks mouse 1 at the same time, it results in the impossible double plus attack 107 input. Alex went on to claim that Wizat was banned from TF2 for the same reason he is currently being accused. This could not be further from the truth. Wizat was detected by STAC due to single-tick mouse 1/mouse 2 inputs, which were most likely caused by his broken mouse buttons. In practice, those single-tick inputs look like this, where the time between plus attack 107 and minus attack 107 is 1 tick or less. Thirdly, Alex used a faulty website to demonstrate that he was able to register up to 3 mouse down presses before a single mouse up press in order to prove his innocence. The site he used was Mouse Event Viewer, and it can easily be tricked by pressing mouse 1 on multiple mice simultaneously. I was able to reproduce 2 mouse down events simply by pressing the buttons on my mouse and touchpad at the same time. However, doing the same thing in TF2 does not result in impossible double plus attack 107 inputs. Lastly, Alex himself admitted that he isn't capable of, or doesn't care enough about, properly proving his innocence. In one video he shared, he joined an empty server and attempted to replicate the double plus attack input without using cheats, but he failed to do so. However, he had previously been able to produce those same inputs consistently while MGEing against multiple opponents without any apparent issues. Moreover, Alex was profiling some of his opponents with inhuman reaction times in several of the clips. This can easily happen when a TriggerBot user makes the mistake of holding down their TriggerBot key while aiming at a corner, anticipating that someone will peek. So the biggest question is, was Alex truly cheating? The answer is yes. Alex eventually confirmed it himself. He admitted that he had cheated, also used cheats in other games, including Kovacs.